Welcome back to Two in the Cooler, folks. Very exciting news right up top. This coming Sunday, June 18th, we're going to be doing a live show in the afternoon, live from the Fully Loaded Festival, Bert Kreischer's Comedy Festival. They're coming to Rochester, New York, Frontier Field. We're going to be doing a live podcast from the tailgate. It's going to be awesome. Tune into that on YouTube and come around if you're in the area. Come to Lot D. That's where it's going to be happening. And if you want to do something nice for yourself that also supports the show, check out the merch. We've got some new stuff on there as well. I think the one new thing we've got is slides. We've got like the slide, like flip-flop things now that have got the logo on them. They're sick. We've also, of course, got the t-shirts. And these t-shirts, you know what I'm going to tell you about them. High quality material. Tri-blend, talking tri-blend for the t-shirts there. Oh, I'm wearing one right now. Ooh, it's so comfortable I didn't even realize it. We've also got hoodies on there, of course, if you're someplace chilly. But they're pretty light, so they're good for the summer as well. And we've got water bottles to keep you hydrated, pint glasses for when you're having a good time, mugs, bucket hats, fanny packs, everything you're looking for, not just for this show. And not just for scheming and dreaming, but also for the newest podcast that we produce right here, Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Be sure to check them out as well. You can find all this merch and more at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. The link is going to be in this episode description as well as in our Instagram bio. Check it out. Get yourself something that looks nice, that's going to make you look good and feel good. Father's Day is Father's Day is this coming weekend, folks. Your dad already thinks you're an idiot. Don't prove him right by forgetting those last-minute barbecue items. The good news is, if you pull into the driveway and you realize, oh shit, I forgot the ketchup, or I forgot that one weird type of relish that my dad really likes, you don't have to go back to the grocery store. You don't have to deal with the parking lot, with the aisles, all that jazz. In fact, you don't have to go to the grocery store at all, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is, right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you gotta do is spend $10 and Instacart will deliver whatever you're looking for right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. Start using Instacart today by hitting the link in this show description and getting that deal. That's free delivery on your first order of $10 or more. Just hit the link. And if you're interested in advertising on this show, or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or our newest show, Quested, email snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Big companies are getting in the mix as far as podcast advertising goes. McDonald's, advertise on podcast. State Farm, advertise on podcast. Tropicana, the king of juices, they advertise on podcast. And the reason they do it is because it's effective. And it's very exciting. It's wonderful news for, podcasts as a whole. The problem is it doesn't leave a lot of room for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action. But that's where we come in. So if you're interested in learning about all the other benefits to podcast advertising, why these big companies are putting so much money towards it, again, you can reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
Shit, that was all my content for the whole episode.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I thought we were rolling.
We were talking yesterday. We had that good idea for a Jackass bit.
Yeah, we had two good ideas for Jackass bits.
What was the other one?
Well, they played off each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one was the dentist. The second one was the bidet.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
It's with a power washer.
Yeah.
Because our mom kept trying to get us to buy water picks.
She's like, you need a water pick. She's like, I have a battery-operated water pick. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Since toothbrushes, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is, that's where the bar is as far as inventions go.
Water pick?
Yeah.
Toothbrushes.
It's the greatest teeth invention since the toothbrush. Or maybe Invisalign could count as a good teeth invention.
Invisalign?
Yeah, I'd say
Invisalign is just regular braces, right?
No,
but they're clear?
It's like
a
the
retainer.
mouth guard.
Okay, see, I thought that was
it's like a
something
mouth
else.
No.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
dude.
that is cool.
It's up there.
God. Did you guys have to get braces?
Yes.
Yep.
I had braces.
Wait, are we? Is this?
Yeah, it's good. We're going.
Oh, we're going.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Which
Alright.
I hate to start with braces talk, but I was just
Yeah,
curious
I'm
because they're
traumatized.
so
Well,
terrible.
They fucking suck.
Yeah.
I just hated the fucking noise when they were in your mouth.
Oh my
That was the
god.
worst.
The ladies at the orthodontist were so mean to me.
No, that's not true. Well, we went to different orthodontists.
Oh, that's right. You went to
Damn,
my,
little-
my orthodontist lady was an angel, and I know who she is, and I know her family, and she's a great person.
I'm going over there for dinner right after this.
Yeah.
She actually still looks at my teeth. It's just for fun now.
Just send her photos once a month. Once a
I
month.
send her
just,
pics of my
just
teeth.
to check in. Damn.
I just
You
don't
got
go
me
to
doing
dentist.
that. I love it when you guys do that. Like,
The stimulated face.
Oh yeah.
Is that what that's called?
That's what Will calls it. Yes.
How stimulated? It depends.
He can get very. Stimulated.
Will can alter his face to where he looks like another person.
Yeah, it's just, it's some Jim Carrey.
Man,
Yeah, really.
this is. I'm glad that you guys are like. Thank you for letting us do like Quested with you guys for bringing it here. I always liked the show, but like sitting in here and like watching you do it, it's so different now that you guys are obviously doing video. But I never realized really how like talented you guys are. Like especially you, Mikey. Like to be able to differentiate the voices between your NPCs and how well each of those voices sounds is insane.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing I said. Was the old lady voice.
Right.
The old lady voice was unbelievable. It was one of the best creepy old lady voices that I've ever heard.
I'm
in my
glad.
life. Like, I can picture that lady. And somebody compared her to something, and I wish I could remember what it was.
Fuck.
Like during the podcast, somebody was
Oh.
like, "It sounds like,"
I don't
I don't remember.
and
it,
I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, that is kind of what it sounds like."
I just black out after every
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah.
it truly is. I appreciate that you say like the ability to differentiate because I can't. Like it's just
It's all one
fucking-
voice
yeah,
to you?
It's
Yeah.
I feel like it just sounds like a different shade of British person every time.
Yeah,
And
but that's enough.
that's
Oh yeah,
They-
people
but they
forget
are-
the
it was
old
very
voices.
limited.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
The old. I mean, the
Yeah.
elderly voices are some of the funniest shit to do because it's just like
Well, just like the
Well, the
voices from
funniest
the
part
past
of the old
episodes.
lady, like that whole part of like what was going on, is like the old lady voice was really creepy, and you were telling, you're saying like, I'm seeing in the future, and like that person that you're with dies, and like now that I see it, like you guys are all gonna die,
yeah.
and like it sounded like she was trying to kill you to hopefully prevent this other woman from being with you when she dies. Yeah. And that was such a creepy voice, and it was like such a serious moment, and then like it would cut to somebody else and they would say like something just absolutely ridiculous, and everybody would die laughing, and Mikey would still be like in his fucking gala, like you know what I mean,
The
like creepy,
fucking- yeah.
still like talking super seriously in this creepy voice, and I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, right now I'm scared, and then somebody else is talking. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
That's my
And then I'm back to
favorite
being
thing.
petrified again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tension. I like being the scary person, and then they can all just make jokes about how dumb it is, like because
Like,
No moment lasts
But
too
I
long.
fucking-
see,
yeah.
I see. Or you're talking about the Roots or something like that.
the ivermectin thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The Roots.
That was so
How the
fucking
fuck
funny.
do these visions work anyway? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like no, yeah. Just-
Nothing is on.
but
track,
it was, I really, really enjoyed listening to your guys' show this morning. Like I said to Andrew yesterday, I was like, well, what time does it come out? Because I wanted to make sure I had allotted myself enough time to be able to listen to it.
Yeah.
And like it was something I was looking forward to, and I'm excited for the next one.
I'm glad.
Is
you're
that like
excited.
that's probably like the first like D&D game you've ever like heard, really.
I've listened
no,
to
'cause
other
you listen
D&D
to other
content,
podcasts,
but I
that's right.
will say like it's different in the sense where, because funny that I'm going to say this and not know it. Under your guy, like your guy's graphic, what does it say? It says like
An actual play.
Yeah.
an actual yeah, and I like other ones that I've listened to in the past were definitely a lot more like not serious because. Or I mean, not serious, like not too much comedy, because your guys' show is funny. That's what makes
Yeah.
it so good. But there's also
Thank you.
serious gameplay. Like the ones that I've listened to in the past, as somebody who's never played D&D, were definitely more like strictly comedy based. Like this,
Yeah.
like let's kind of turn this into a shit show. But you guys are actually playing the game and like getting
Yeah.
something out of it. Like
Well,
we
that's
talked
yeah.
about.
the thing you guys do so well is the role playing aspect, and obviously like
Thank
the
you.
voices and stuff go into that. But your characters are all incredibly distinct, just because you're obviously doing so much to make each other laugh.
Right.
But that's what I like about D&D. I like the role-playing thing, and I think there's a lot of
Andrew
D&D
does love
podcasts.
the roleplay.
Love
He does
role-playing,
love
baby. Back to the stimulated phase.
Yeah. That's the thing. We all. What was cool is we all like the same stuff at the table. You know, I mean, you've played D&D. You've played in varying different situations where it's like people have different interest levels with it, and like some people are more casual. They kind of just want to play it. Like my brother wants to play it like Skyrim or something, where it's like you just go in, you kill the dragon, and then you leave. Like,
Sure.
and then, but I like to do like, you know, it's like a show
Yeah.
where it's like very, and that just goes with like all these dudes being good at acting. Like everyone there at the table is like, could be an actor probably, especially Will.
Will is an actor.
The other thing that I like too is, and it kind of come to, based off of what you just said, a lot of people, I feel like if they're going to do the gameplay, like if they're going to have serious gameplay, they're going to be like super serious about it. Whereas it's good open dialogue too for somebody, again, like me, who's never played the game. Like there was times where you'd be like, you'd kind of be, and again, I guess I don't know if you were actually asking or like putting it on them to try to like have them explain it more, but like saying like, oh, do you get, what kind of, whatever based on points do you get when you do that? Like, talking about it, and it kind of makes it easier to understand because, outside of TV shows and a few, comedy things, I've never really, I know how it is played, but I don't understand everything that goes into it. So you get like both sides of it. I feel like people that take the gameplay too seriously, they don't want to worry about what's actually happening. They just want to talk about gameplay, whereas you did a good job of, well, all you guys did a good job of either asking questions when you actually didn't know or like explaining what you were doing. Like,
That's a good point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you play.
Yeah.
D&D. Like, there's so many fucking things to keep track of and so many different rules. Like, you're going to have to look up things. So that's a good point because that adds a lot to it, making it feel like, you're playing with your buddies when you're listening to the show.
I think it was important to have it so like people who aren't into D&D could still listen.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, there's some stuff where people are playing for like, decades and then they go and record a podcast and they're not asking questions about stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff I've listened to, people are asking questions. Like they'll have new players in like certain podcasts. And I'm like, I like that because it makes it like easy to get into. I learned from listening to podcasts. Like I didn't really learn from playing because I didn't want to read all the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was new to it. I've only played like one full campaign, which like we didn't record obviously, and then like maybe a couple one-off ones. So I'm like new too. Like I'm the newest in the group, so a lot of stuff like I don't even get. But I think it's good, like what you guys were saying. Like people can come for the comedy if they don't understand the rules, and then like learn through like laughing and enjoying it, and then like you might learn it, and you'll eventually get it along the way. Or if you're into, like, just the gameplay, you could come for that, too. And, like, we do – the gameplay is serious. It's just, like, the shit we say is funny.
Yeah.
But, like, we try to keep it where – because we've played campaigns, like, behind closed doors where we're doing the most chaotic shit. And, like, it's border – like, that would be unlistenable because we're like, and then I kill the guy and then I fucking kiss him. Like, some shit like that. And, like, we don't totally do that. We sort of, like,
have to
say funny things, but we try to keep the flow of the story somewhat serious, and the dialogue is funny.
And you bite right away on the storyline. Like there's obviously, the episode that you got when you guys started with us wasn't the very beginning of everything that's happened, right? But it wasn't difficult to figure out what was going on. And again, probably even easier if you're watching it. I only listened. I didn't get to watch it on YouTube. But you bite right in, and then you're like, okay, I know what's going on. I know where they're heading and what's about to happen. And I don't know what's about to happen because the episode ended. But I'm curious to what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I might have to break into the archives and figure it out for myself.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I'm going to start a Quested Spoilers Twitter account. When you guys record, I'm just going to listen to it early.
Who is making all these tweets? Who knows this?
Yeah.
We all just accused David.
Yeah.
What are you fucking doing?
That's
Our
probably
show
what
ends
happened.
tonight. Andrew makes me sign an NDA.
We're gonna make it legal.
Yeah.
We'll get the lawyers
You're
involved.
not fucking allowed to do that. Listen, might have to part ways. I don't know.
Yeah.
David's a guy we got to get on the podcast, though.
Absolutely.
Like, I wanted to have both you guys, because you're new, you're the newest to D&D,
right.
And then you are writing all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
When did you start? How long does this take you? You've created a pretty large world.
The cool thing about this was it was the first time we did it, like, as a group. We, like, made, like, everybody, we briefly talked about it in some episode we did, but basically we, like, picked geographical landmarks out of a hat, and then, like, that was kind of what you got. Like, David got, like, floating mountain, which is nuts. And, like, I got, like, tundra, whatever. So we made, like, a country, and then the boys ended up playing someone that was from the country they made.
Yeah.
So it was easier for them to, like, be in the world. And then I've been writing the story, and, like, I filled in all the spaces. They kind of left it vague on purpose so I could surprise them with stuff. But I've been writing it since I was writing a version of the Quested story since, like, last year around this time, and then in summer it really kicked in when we made the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been writing it ever since. And I still don't have it all written out. I kind of just, like, I like to leave things vague for if someone comes up with something way cooler than what I have, then I can, like, throw it in and be like, hey, look at that, you were right. But it was really like I just stole it.
One thing I was thinking about while listening to it too was how much of the NPC stuff is, I don't want to say scripted, but, like, are you doing that on the fly? Like, when you're when they, that old, I mean, I'm assuming that old lady is in the vicinity, right?
Yeah.
And if they were to run into her, do you know that's the conversation that's coming, or is it 50-50?
The thing that's tough about D&D is because, like, I can only account for what a character would do.
Yeah.
But they throw crazy shit at me, and I'm like, I have no clue. I guess they're doing this now.
Yeah.
Like, Will turning everyone into frogs. And
Yeah, that
putting
dude.
them in his bag.
The whole thing where it was like, I saw her die was supposed to happen the episode before, but Will turned this girl into a frog, and I'm like, well, I can't do anything with that. So
Yeah.
But that's just like, so that was supposed to be like a Goosebumps walk away situation where it was like, I saw her die, and then, like, end of episode.
Yeah.
But instead, it was like the beginning of the 14th episode.
Mm-hmm.
But
like
basically, I only have I have it in my brain, kind of like Wikipedia style of, like, when they're in this area, here's the people they could meet, and like here's the type of people they are.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, I have, like, what they were doing in X amount of time, but I kind of leave stuff open.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun, like, watching you guys do it, listen, like, aside from listening to the show. Because I was telling Adriano last weekend, Officer Medici, he was in here, that Ben and Jake's show, Scheming and Dreaming, the way I always describe that show is like a super raunchy version of, like, a vaudeville comedy act. It's these two guys that just play off each other so well. The four of you, it's almost like you're the same guy, just heightening every thought that he has. It's like you guys have this hive mind, and it's unbelievable.
I've called it the Intrusive Thought Echo Chamber. Is what it's
we kind of just, like, say shit. And then that's pretty much all it is. Like, luckily it's a sort of improv based game, because very rarely do we, like, stop ourselves from just saying, like, some dumb shit, whether it's, like, in character or you're just saying it out loud, as yourself, just out loud to just be funny. But yeah, I think I don't know, that's what makes it so great. And plus, like, we all, we've known each other so long before this, so, like, we all have the same sense of humor. We all like the same things, pretty much.
Yeah, grew up together.
Yeah, basically. So it just fits, because, like, we already were making these same jokes, like, in our vlogs and shit back in the day, and then even before that, and just sitting around hanging out. So then it's kind of just like us in D&D form, but it's, like, the same way we are, like, all the time.
You have you have a list in your notes of all the dumb scenarios that everyone's come up with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like bits. Well, not. I don't know what you'd call them bits, but, like, made up, where we're all just saying something and it makes, like, a story. Not a story. I don't know what you'd even call it.
Yeah, I don't know the example. I pitched that just. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call it, but we have shit where, like, someone says something and then someone's like, and then this happens, and then, like, so I write them down, And there's the dumbest shit in there.
Like Impractical Murderers or whatever.
Yeah, well, I could read one. Should I read one?
If you've got one that you know you can read.
It gets pretty fucked up.
Yeah, like they're fucking, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where you're like, is this just like we think this is funny, or would this actually
guarantee
be
there's
funny?
a lot of people.
Of course there is. That's like the
this.
number one thing that I was telling you guys when we were like having meetings about the show, because you were talking about how you previously we're cutting out a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And like, sometimes we're just so ridiculous that it's like nobody wants to listen to this. Yeah, they fucking do, dude. I'm like speaking from personal experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a few, but I'll only do like. Should I do like the short one? Should I do like one long one?
Give us
Whatever one
give
you
us
think
whichever
is-
one you think.
Yeah,
whatever
the
you
one
think
you
is
think is
funny.
the best.
The Kenny Chesney one? Should I do that one?
That one's
Let's
kind of
do it.
racy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
maybe Impractical Murderers. Is that the one
Okay.
with? I don't know if that one's terrible. Also, they're all pretty fucking bad.
okay. So there's Impractical Murderers. And again, I write it shorthand, so it's like almost unintelligible.
This came about just Matt, right? Matt,
It's usually
yeah.
Matt.
Our buddy
Francesco
Matt, starts just
starts
saying
shit,
insane
just says a
shit.
sentence, then we all just go off of it.
Yeah.
So, Impractical Murderers is Guy Fieri is replacing Sal on Impractical Jokers. The first segment is they give Sal 30 Xanax and ship him in an Amazon box to Flavortown. They force feed him. They force feed him lighter fluid and turn him into a human match. Tie his family up inside his house and burn it down. Impractical Murderers. That's so fucking stupid.
I thought there was one where he gets like shipped in a box to Times Square. Is that the same thing?
No, yeah, this one he gets shipped in a box to Flavortown.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was Times Square for some reason.
It
in my
could
brain.
be.
Yeah. It depends on what you consider flavor time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Wherever flavor
That's
time
personal
is.
preference.
Yeah, but they're just along those lines of really dumb shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the rest of these. There is way more than I thought there was.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a whole. I must have been like blackout drunk or something.
It's like, man, I gotta get less free time.
Dude, for real, there's so many of these.
I was thinking of the one where it was just like a myrrh snuff film.
Are most of these loosely
wait.
based off Impractical Jokers?
There was 2 Impractical Murderer bits.
Well, there was one night where we went to Matt's house, got high, and just watched like 4 Impractical Jokers episodes, and he was just going. Like, we were hardly. I think those I just recorded voice memo style.
Yeah, no, that's.
But
not
one was like,
your podcast.
Myrrh is like. Fuck, what happens? They like tie up Myrrh in like a chamber, and he like is like fucking
He
depraved.
becomes Gollum.
Yeah, he basically becomes Gollum, and they like throw shit at him, and he eats his own teeth. Remember? He's chained to like a radiator, and they throw him like food.
And we said Q was like screaming at him to move,
I don't
and
know.
if he moved, they would like electrocute him or
Yeah,
something.
it's like we can skip this. This is
Yeah,
fucking
this is
weird.
nothing.
It's fucking
I
weird.
never
shit.
really watched that show, but when I was living alone in Fredonia, losing my mind, my buddy came to visit me one day, and he was like, "You got to watch this." And we got high, and he showed. Have you guys the turtle eggs thing? Have you ever seen this?
No,
is it?
what's that?
Oh my god. So this is like somebody like loses at the end of each episode, right? And then they have to like
Yeah.
do something. So the one for this, they went to an elementary school, and they had this guy go out there and give a lecture to these kids about sea turtle eggs.
Yeah.
And just explaining like how they work and all this stuff, just like the science, like a school assembly about sea turtle eggs. And they had this big thing of eggs right there, just regular eggs. They told the kids these are the baby sea turtle eggs. So then they have, I think it was Joe, they like put him in like a soundproof thing, and then at the end of he has no idea. They just tell him, the guy walks off, and they just tell him, go out there and just start smashing the eggs. And so he just
Damn.
walks out and starts smashing all of the eggs in front of the children.
Dude.
It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I don't think that I even spoiled it by saying that. It's
Yeah.
still so enjoyable. to
Yeah.
watch. It's unbelievable.
That's
Those guys
Joe is fucking nuts.
have a great life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I watched like a 4 or 5 minute YouTube video about them talking about like what happens when they get recognized, and it was like clips that they recorded while recording the show of them like being in a grocery store and somebody like trying to walk up to him and then being like throwing like there's one specifically of Joe, and this guy like keeps like staring at him, kind of like inching closer, like trying to like, and he just like starts throwing like boxes of like powdered mashed potatoes off the shelf at this guy, like like saying go the fuck away. We're in the middle of recording, like I have to do this, and like what happens in those types of scenarios. And
yeah, those prank shows got to be a lot like because I know Eric Andre, I think he's doing his new season right now, and I'm like that has got to be. I mean, it's got to be obviously it's more difficult than when he started, but I feel like it's got to be really difficult because his Netflix movie was also really big.
Yeah,
and his show has gotten huge.
He's also like a meme now,
right?
Like what the like let me in, like where he's at the White House,
all that stuff.
Like a lot of his a lot of like gifs from his show are memes.
Turn that poop into wine, I think is maybe my favorite Eric Andre thing. Although the first Eric Andre thing we saw, I think you were there. Our cousin was like, "You have to watch this guy. He's crazy."
That's my favorite
with the
show.
Gasoline.
Yeah.
Legalized Ranch.
Oh my god, I forgot. I mean,
that's
that
a movement.
Guy.
Yeah, dude, he's the best. Because he's just like, if you watch him talk, he's so normal. Outside of his show, he's like chill or whatever. And then, I guess once the cameras are on, and I watched like the behind the scenes episode where they show like how they make the show and everything in the last season, and a lot goes into it. Like it's insane.
That's the thing about all these shows that like you know. If my mom watches it, she'd be like, "This is so stupid." Like she says that, but you know, Eric Andre, she says that about South Park. I'm like, if you like really look at this, you can tell that so much thought and effort and work goes into the like. Even Jackass is a perfect example.
True.
Yeah, it's like an art form. Like
it absolutely.
Even though to
is.
most people, it's like, oh, they just hurt themselves and break stuff. It's like no, but they're first of all, you have to have like the courage to do that. They have to write. Sometimes there's skits and they have to write the stunts. Like I know Johnny Knoxville said he had like years worth of like in a notebook of stunts. Like he like in between 3 and 4 he for all those years he was writing in a notebook stunts. So like there is like a lot of artistry that goes into it, and then like the cinematography too. Like Jeff Tremaine isn't like an idiot. Like he's done so many amazing things. So.
He is an idiot, though. Like
in a good way, yeah.
That's
but I think like Eric Andre in South Park, like if like surface level people are like, oh, that's stupid, whatever. But like if you like hear them talk, like people who make these things, they're like really smart people.
Oh yeah,
you
Trey
have
Parker's
to be
a genius.
Yeah, like on the surface it's dumb, but really like especially them because they get like political and stuff. And like when you watch, you're like, oh, I know what they're trying to say.
Yeah, that show's insanely nuanced and whatever that other
the
word
nuances,
is.
Yeah, like if you don't pick up on things, you don't have the knowledge of certain things, you'd be like, well, I don't get it, it's dumb, like whatever.
Sure, like, oh, it's just this fat kid yelling, and like,
yeah,
I mean, I think that like that's funny in and of itself, sure,
right.
But to say that show is dumb is just incorrect.
Yeah, it's like it's being dumb to make a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 90% of the time. Same with Eric Andre, like he's a super intelligent guy.
Yeah,
but that's why he can be so dumb.
Yeah,
like, you can't be dumb if you're actually dumb. Sometimes you got to be smart to be dumb.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Think about that. Clip it. Clip it. No, don't. Please.
No, that's probably going.
All right, yeah, we'll do it.
That's probably going somewhere.
Clip us debating whether we should clip it, and then just give people zero context of what's going on.
The Should We Clip It podcast. Should we clip it?
My name's Mike.
Mic check.
This is the mic check.
This is a mic check. Should we clip it?
Should
we clip
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I feel like Mike of Mike Checked would definitely take that song.
Yeah.
And use it. Is that the John Cena song?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he would just act like he didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
He's dressed like John Cena.
Guys, my episodes keep getting taken down because they're getting copyrighted.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why.
I'm being silenced.
He's dressed.
He's got
like
a producer
John
who's
Cena,
like
but he's
actually
just
smart
so
and hates
fat.
his life because he has to do this shit job, and he's just like.
Mike. I don't think this was like recorded as part of the show because there's a fake podcast called Mike. Just to catch everybody up, fake podcast called Mike to Check. There's probably like a million podcasts there.
It's
named
just
Mike
the
Check.
host
just
named Mike.
Yeah,
and then his producer.
And he's unfiltered and he's saying whatever he wants. So
if Brian Lochtey's name was Mike, that's who Mike would be. That's who's doing this show. Like, he's famous enough already to where, like, he has a real...
I gotta show you guys that show, because you would love it.
Please, I need to see
he has a real, like, there's money that went into this. So he has, like, a real producer
so that's what I was
like,
curious
that,
about.
like, took it for the money, but like actually hates their job
of
because like this dude is so fucking dumb. I can't believe we're doing this show.
But how did Mike make all his money? Because I think it's something like he got hit by a city bus. Or something like that.
No, I think Mike is like somehow.
You think he's independently wealthy?
No, I think somehow previously he was like a Ryan Lochte, like a stupid like something like athlete, or somehow was like. He had like not a following, but somebody was like some high level producer out there was like, I bet you this guy could do a podcast, even though that person's an idiot, and hired this, person that actually produces the show like live on set, and that person hates their life. So he's the one that whenever Mike says something stupid says, Mike check, like really sarcastically, like Mike check.
He makes him say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say the thing.
Yeah. Say Mike check. Say the thing. Say the thing. Say the thing. Yeah.
Dude, I'm just joking. What's wrong with you?
I picture him as like a spoiled like trust fund kid whose like parents are like worked from nothing and became like millionaires, and they like gave
Chad
him something.
Hanks.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Chet Hanks.
Like a Chet Hanks, where they're like, he needs something to do. Go make a podcast. But he's like really never like seen real people. Like he doesn't have a a grasp of
all
like
of his
normal.
Friends were bought.
Yeah, like he's just like a rich kid who like thinks he knows, like Chet Hanks, where he like thinks he knows what like real people are into.
Whoa, man, whoa!
No, I'm saying it. No, I'm just kidding. But like he's one of those people, and then he just like has these wild ass opinions that border on like conspiracy theory. He's like, what? I can't say that anymore. Like he just wants to be canceled so bad.
I heard a good, like. That was bad. I shouldn't have started. I heard a good. If that makes sense. But I was listening to this show the other day, and there was a guy who they brought in on it who he's a sane human. Like, he's a regular guy, but there is a part of him where he will openly admit that he somewhat thinks that, like, in the real, like, everything's a simulation to the point where, when he walks out of a room, like, nobody that was just in that room even exists, like, unless he were to walk back in.
It's like some main character.
Like, just like
narcissistic.
No, it's not.
I understand what you're saying.
And he's not, like, an insane person. Like, he accepts the fact that, like people be like, do you really believe that? And he's like, yeah, kind of. Like, I don't know how to stop myself from believing that. I kind of wish I didn't, but that's a real thought that this guy has on a day-to-day basis.
My God.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is it like a fucking video game where, like, it's not there until I'm walking and it's, like, fucking, what is that? We're rendering?
Oh, yes,
we're
rendering.
I'm walking and the trees are forming as I go.
And that's, so, like, they'll fuck with him and they'll, like, call him into a room and, like, pretend to have, like, scripted lines that they're saying to him. Yeah.
Like what are those lines? But just like they say the same like couple lines over and over, like those.
Yeah, or they'll just have like a super scripted conversation that like
when you run into an NPC, like, ow,
yeah,
watch it.
And they're like,
ow,
yeah,
ow,
yeah, watch it.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
you get a hey every fifth time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all just an algorithm.
Yeah,
dude.
Like, I'm programmed to be a
You're not good at it.
No, I'm not. I want to be.
You're not
easily
I love
it
stimulated.
so much. I love it.
Well,
I'm not easily stimulated.
You can make it your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
everyone's stimulated.
I think the thing is, like,
Yeah.
everyone's stimmed, and you just got to show.
Okay, that's something new.
I'd say that's probably my stimulated
PT
phase.
back in action.
PT baby, power tongue.
I would love. I want to play Dungeons and Dragons so bad. I know we kind of got away from the D&D talk, but like listening to you guys play and hearing the stories about when Andy plays, on Fridays when they play, and like I think I would have so much fun doing that. It just seems fun.
We could do like a collab game as like a
Something
special
like
episode.
My problem is I not to brag or anything, but I have such little free time.
I mean,
and I don't ever want to, like, I don't want to do it as a one-off. Like, I would want to play in a real game.
Yeah.
And I could not physically find a point right now where I could say, like, I could do this every week.
Yeah.
And the problem with as everybody knows, is like having something tentatively scheduled. Is it just never like
Sure.
anything that's tentative on my schedule is just unfortunately not happening.
But you know what? The thing about D&D is you stop and you can pick it right up very easily. But that all depends on. I honestly think like who's DMing it though.
Yeah, because there has to be some consistency behind it in order to fully, and it doesn't have to be the same day. But like you can't go 2 months like.
I mean, there are people that have played like the same campaign, but they only get together once a year and they'll play for like.
Yeah, but they'll probably play for like they'll probably play for like a weekend or something. They don't play for 2 hours.
Play for a while.
It's probably like a vacation. Like, you know what I mean?
Probably.
Like, let's get the band back together and play D&D for a weekend and,
I honestly, I was like, we should rent a beach house and just go. But I feel like that'd be such a waste of a beach house to rent it just for a D&D game.
I would not end up playing any D&D.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's a thing.
Maybe rent a house somewhere shitty. That way you don't want to go outside.
You have to stay inside.
Idaho.
Yeah. What's there to do in Idaho?
I don't know, man.
Eat French fries.
I'd want to see, whatever their potato like setup is there. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, like what makes them so good at potatoes, but not Montana?
Yeah.
Or something in the same
what's
region.
The potato
How'd you guys get so good at potatoes? Care to tell the people?
Question: what makes you the potato state?
I remember our dad went there, like when we were really little. He brought us back T-shirts that said Darth Tater on it. It was a potato with like
a Darth Maul
or Darth Vader
helmet,
helmet on it.
Dude.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that idea is he's not living in Idaho anymore. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, he's like, I sold all these Idaho shirts. I got the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Fuck potatoes, man. Hasn't eaten a potato since.
But he's got like a love-hate relationship because they're the reason that he was able to get out
starch,
of there.
man.
Hope there's another famine, pussy.
Yeah.
The fuck? Who said that? Yeah, don't wish a famine on Idaho. They didn't deserve that.
Justin, what a crazy place to have them. It's like
the Idaho.
There's so many places. It's so easy to get to from other states.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
If you think
other
about
states are like, dude, we have potatoes. So like, you don't fucking get it, dude.
Yeah.
This is our
but you
entire
don't have
economy.
Idaho potatoes.
Yeah, we have a brand to uphold.
Yeah.
We have no fucking potatoes.
Yeah.
It's like people that only drink like craft beers and then have like Busch Light or Keystone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not the same. And you're like, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's not. Just fucking drink it. It's beer.
There's a reason that I drink it, and it's because it is not the same.
That's the motivation.
Yeah.
Or
different strokes for different folks, Andrew.
That's true. That's
what they say, and I stand by that every day.
Yeah. I had a worker at a 7-Eleven once tell me to each his own. It was the first time I ever heard the phrase "to each his own," and I'll never forget it.
What?
Really? When was that? Recently?
No, I mean it was probably like 4 to 5 years ago.
Damn.
Really? That's still pretty.
You went that long without hearing it?
I was gonna
To
say.
each their own. You never heard that until you were like, how old are you? 24. You didn't hear it until you were like a legal adult.
First of all, I'm not 24.
How old are you?
Don't
you're
worry about
23?
it.
Oh, you're
No.
23.
I'm not 23 either.
Yeah.
You are over 2.
You're not 22. I know that.
No, I'm not.
You guys are brothers, right?
Yeah,
listen,
it's
you
hard to keep track
think on
of those
that.
things.
You think on that. Let me get back to my story.
Okay.
There was no story. It was just this guy, and I was getting something at 7-Eleven, and he like said something like, "Oh," and I was like, "Nah, like that's 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 not really for me." And he was like, "To each his own."
I had a woman.
You go,
at,
whoa, what the fuck?
I said, "What?"
Wait, what is that? He's
I
like, what?
went home
What
and
did
I
you
just
say?
sat there for a long time
You're like,
and was
"To
like,
each
his own." Somebody
That's
texted me
literally
and was
an
like, "Hey,
episode
can you
of,
do something like that?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. To each his own." I just started saying it to everybody.
He starts using it incorrectly.
Yeah, that's all I would. Somebody would ask me a serious question.
Like, babe, you
"To
never
each his own."
remember like our anniversary. Like, to each
Teach
his
his
own.
own, man.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
See, but that would actually work. Hey, can you come into work on Tuesday? Teach his own, man.
And then they're like, fuck, I can't argue with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Then my boss is like, fuck, and then the whole business goes.
Yeah.
They go out of business because nobody shows up
Fucking
to work.
printers are on
'Cause,
fire.
yeah, they're like,
To each his
calling,
own.
they're
To
calling
each
the
his
boss, like, shit's crazy around here. Like, we don't know what to do. And he's like, to each his own. And they're like, they freeze up. They're like, they have to
Dude.
go home and sit there and think about it for a while.
That really is like a Swiss Army knife of an answer.
Yeah.
To each his own. You're
Yeah,
like,
I'm
yeah,
firing
I mean-
that off at least once tonight and tomorrow.
Oh wait, I gotta tell that. Remember at the mall, the thing the dude said I was telling you about?
No, what?
So I went to the mall recently, which going to the mall alone is sad. We just have to acknowledge that. Yeah. But I went alone, came out of the Gap because I wasn't shopping there. I just went through the entrance. So I came out of the, we all know the local mall back door entrance through Gap. So I came out of the food court. I'm walking behind these two older gentlemen, and you could tell they have some wisdom. They weren't that old. They were probably like 60.
They're wearing robes.
Yeah. I was walking behind two monks at the mall. No, but there's two dudes strolling. Older men, 60s, and I'm walking by, and the one dude stops and fully looks at the other dude, and he goes, "It's like what my therapist said." He's like, he said, "Eventually 2 + 2 gotta equal 4," and then they just started walking, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means, but he's right.
Eventually, you'd think it should right away, though. Like,
I mean,
most times to 4.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like you can get away with it for a while.
Also, can I say something, though, is you don't have to feel bad about calling people in their 60s old. You can just call them old. They are old.
Older than me.
Yeah, like they're
I don't know
old.
your senior viewership, and I haven't seen the numbers in a while.
Listen,
but
the people that listen to us that are 60, like, you guys are officially old.
Yeah, you can die at any point.
Well, See,
technically.
You're comfortable with saying that, but not with calling them old? See, that's
fucking old.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be mean about it there, but
okay.
You're 3 or 4 different times you caught yourself. Well, they weren't old; they were just older.
I just wanted to paint the picture. I didn't want because
a couple 85-year-olds.
Yeah, you go in the mall during the day, you might see some mall walkers, which are some of the scariest group of people because
they will trample you.
Yeah,
now those people are on their deathbed. You can say that.
Yeah, if you're walking the mall,
why do you think they're walking so fast?
I remember going to the Summit Park Mall as a child when it was still open and being like, "Is this place haunted? Like, are these ghosts?" And no, these people are still living.
Mom, are these ghosts?
Haunted by mall walkers?
Not by much.
They're just
and they're cruising. Yeah.
They get there at 6 a.m. The mall, they're banging on the fucking Stephen Barry's
door.
Open
the fucking Stephen Barry.
They're like, dude,
they wear some of them wear wrist guards.
Can you Google to see where the closest Stephen Barry's is?
Yes,
if there are any that are open.
It's in
Stephen Barry's ruled. Did you guys have jackets from Stephen Barry's?
Oh my!
I bought some.
Troy Bolton had a Stephen Barry's jacket. Boy, I had to go get it. Yeah,
I had some Marburys
from what's it called? From High School Musical?
Yeah, Zach Efron.
I had some Stephon Marbury shoes. They were like the New York Knicks colorway. And I thought I was so fucking cool, even though no. But I got the lace stuck in my bike chain, and it oiled it, and it turned black because they were white shoes, and I had to cut the laces out to get it out of my bike, and I was pissed, and I had them for 3 days. And then Stephon Marbury, he went to China or some shit. He didn't even finish his career in the NBA.
I got some bad news for you.
They're done?
Not only are they done, they actually completely liquidated every single one of their stores in 2008.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
I swear that one at the mall was open past that somehow.
2008 to 2009, that year.
Yeah, it was probably.
It was an Echo Unlimited store that they were running out of the Stephen Barry's.
They left the Stephen Barry signs up, but it was just a co-op of various stores.
I will say that I was in a...
It was huge. I remember
it was
massive.
I was in... has anybody been in the Boulevard Mall lately?
I've been on the outside of it.
A couple years.
Smoking cigarettes.
I've
been by the dumpster.
Yeah.
The inside of that mall is just about the saddest place that you could ever see.
Dude, that mall was thriving even recently. I remember going in there
when
after
they
high
closed
school,
the
and I'm
food,
it's cool.
the food, they had a good food court.
They had a great
when they closed the food court.
So they have zero food court there now?
They made it into a
can't have a
sporting
mall without a food court.
If you remember, they had the giant food hanging from the ceiling.
Yes, we were talking about that because we were watching. We were watching Good Burger a couple weeks ago, and in Good Burger, the Mondo Burger across the street has on their roof giant novelty cheeseburger and soda and French fries. I'm that is something that was so big in the 90s. Which is
Fuddruckers always had a giant milkshake with
and where is all that stuff now? I think that almost more than many other things, is a testament to the kind of money that people were tossing around in the 90s. There's no way that stuff was cheap.
People just don't care anymore.
Who was making those? What happened to the companies that made those products?
Yeah, dude, they are
gone.
Like the Military Road, or no, Niagara Falls Boulevard McDonald's. Do you remember how cool it was in there? They had like neon lights on the ceiling.
Dude,
neon lights,
and
man,
everything was like
cool.
teal.
Teal
Teal had a moment in the 90s.
Teal
like
was
every sports
moment,
team
dude.
was like, fuck it, we're going teal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the Detroit Pistons were like, we're going teal, black, orange, and red. And everyone's like, what? Why? And they're like, I don't know, Chauncey Billups. That's why. Fuck it.
Chauncey
Yeah, I do. Well, that is like if
We got
you,
Ben Wallace. We can't have the red, white, and blue. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's like the most famous '90s pattern is that like
Oh, yeah.
tealish blue with the purple.
Sure.
On
That's
that
what
white.
the
The
scheming
cups.
is. The cups,
The
yeah.
cup
That's what
thing.
the scheming and dreaming. That's what their logo is like. They were
Right,
like,
yeah.
we wanted to have that.
Dude,
Yeah.
but
Losers.
that sparks a tiny fucking little anger I have in me, because I see this shit pop up on Twitter every so often where people are like, look at this like cool 90s fast food place, and then like you look at like Tim Hortons, McDonald's now, it's like
They all look the
brown,
same.
gray,
It's all
tan.
brown.
They're
You're
like, they
why,
try to
though?
look like modern. They want them to look
Yeah.
nice. It's like,
They wanna
this
look
is not a nice
fancy.
establishment.
Like,
yeah.
dude, I'm
This
at
shit-
McDonald's.
Yeah,
Like, I don't.
yeah. What happened to the purple fucking
Like,
guy
make it
from
look
McDonald's?
fun.
Remember that guy?
Grimace?
Where is he
What
in
the
witness
fuck happened to
protection?
He
Where
lost
the
a
fuck is
foot. He
Grimace?
lost a foot to diabetes, and I don't think he can get around much.
Dude.
Yeah,
The
bring back
Hamburglar's doing
Grimace.
Yeah.
time. He's at Rikers right now. Grimace is on the witness
Hamburglar.
protection.
I feel like the Hamburglar would have a very similar arc to DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. Like he's calling
would
Ronald
lose his mind
McDonald's on
eventually.
Christmas every year.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, you got
Or
no
like
one else
yeah.
to call.
There's a serial killer like that in Criminal Minds. That
Red John.
Rossi put away. No, that's
That's a mentalist.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patrick
also
James. Is that guy's name?
Patrick Jane.
Patrick Jane? I don't like that as much.
yeah, I don't like that either.
Well, we'll go back and re-edit all the episodes.
But yeah, he calls like Rossi, the guy who put him in jail. I think that's his name. Who put him in jail? He calls him every year on his birthday. Like the serial killer calls Rossi every year on Rossi's birthday
from prison?
from prison
Oh,
and tells
Jesus.
him where another body is. So like his birthday's ruined forever.
That's actually really creative. But
I
I mean, on
really-
the writer's part, not
Yeah.
in real life. Don't do that in real life.
I like that idea a lot.
That's
if I were to
fucking
be a
good.
serial killer, my God, I'd be like, wow. If I ran into that guy, you know, wherever serial killers like
Yeah.
run into each other.
I mean,
Probably McDonald's now.
if you're gonna be one, you got to be good. You got to be creative.
Yeah.
And because Netflix might make a show about you.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing is I think that there's a lot of people are serial killers for that exact reason. Like at first they love like
Attention.
the hunt,
Yeah.
and then once somebody figures out who they are, they love the attention. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that definitely
Like
seems
they
to be the
want
case
no
for
seriously
a lot
like
of 'em.
serial killers like a
Well,
motive
that's
of them
why-
is to go down like to be famous to like go
Yeah.
down in history as
Yeah.
a top
Yeah,
of the line
like
serial
leaving
killer.
notes.
Yeah.
Right. That's why
phone
they like
calls.
write into
Jack
the
the
newspaper and
Ripper
all that
style.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
Dude was ripping.
I always just so
dude did.
If anyone
he
rips,
ripping.
Dude
if anyone
freaking
rips,
ripped.
Yeah.
Man, nobody, just like an old, like, fucking comedy documentary. Nobody used to rip like Jackie. Nobody could follow him.
good old Jack.
He would get up every
That
night
motherfucker ripped.
and just tear those women to shreds.
That motherfucker ripped.
But anyway,
But I digress.
how about them socks?
But anywho's.
If you're looking for the best clams casino, I know a couple of joints.
And that's the story of how I split with my third wife.
Dude,
Yeah, man,
Clams
people are
Casino, like, it's so crazy that that's a food name because it also sounds like a restaurant name.
Yeah.
Like, come on down
Yeah.
to the Clams Casino. Like,
yeah,
that's
that's
such a
definitely
great
like a
restaurant
Simpsons
name.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should open a
Clams
restaurant
Casino.
called Clams Casino.
Ugh, that's another thing we gotta Google. I've looked
But
up.
you don't serve any seafood.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I fucking hate seafood. It's just a good meal in other places.
Yeah. No, I just like it. I can't. I don't know how to do that stuff.
I don't know how to
I
make
can't
that shit. I just like it.
No,
Yeah. You serve
We just
super basic food.
DoorDash Popeyes.
No, like there's a bar that calling it a bar is a stretch, so calling it a restaurant is even more of a stretch. But I've talked about it on the show before.
There's a stool.
It's called it's called the Oyster.
There's a hole in
and
the wall.
Their like go to food was like a turkey club. Like
Oh.
it was called the Oyster. And not only was there no seafood, but if you couldn't pay me, you couldn't give me free seafood for life at the Oyster, and I would never eat it.
Where was it?
Dalton, Georgia.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I think that's the same name as like the bar in Police Academy.
Really?
The Oyster?
You remember?
Maybe that's why
there was a. All right, I'm glad you brought that up because this is a perfect loop in to me talking about Stranger Things earlier.
Okay.
In Stranger Things, there's a part where they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Like a couple of them are figuring out what they're gonna do.
I feel like that's most of Stranger
Things. And Jonathan says, well,
which one's Jonathan?
The older brother,
Will's brother.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
he
Johnny
says he has a great character development in the new season. One of it in all time, I would say. And
still got a shitty haircut though.
Oh yeah, but now
everybody does.
He's growing into it.
No, he grew into the exact person that you would have expected him to become, like when you first met him.
Okay,
right.
Good.
And he says
trash, like white trash.
No.
Oh, okay. That one's on me.
But he says
there's only 3 options. There's 3
He
outcomes.
says, well, we could go see Police Academy 3 because it was in theaters. And they're like, no. And then, Will's like, I heard it sucked anyway, which doesn't.
The first 4 Police Academies fucking rule. There's like...
How many are
I think
there?
there's 7. I think there's 7 or 8.
That's...
Holy fuck.
That's
question for you, though.
Fast and Furious territory.
We're going to teeter around Stranger Things spoilers for as long as we can.
Okay.
Yeah. But if they start coming out, it is what it is. What did you think of the season?
I fucking loved it. I felt like the... Fuck, I feel like I can't talk about it without spoiling anything.
Well, you can, yeah.
The fact that I mean, this is not too much of a spoiler. You find out
I am
right
driving
away.
you home, so be careful.
Yeah. You've probably seen it because you've seen the first episode. The fact that like half of them are in California kind of sucked. I didn't like that they were not together.
That tripped me up. I was confused.
Buckle up.
Shit.
One, I thought it was. I mean, again, I guess I probably have said this after every season, but I thought like it was the best. Like it was so good, and
definitely
it's
the best
way
season.
way more like adult.
It's terrifying.
Like it's scarier and it's gruesome as shit. Like there's like the kill scenes in this new season are like fucked up.
Yeah,
like they're super graphic and like very like. But it's so good. And and like I was telling you earlier, I didn't realize that it's split into 2 parts.
Yeah.
So part 2 doesn't come out for another 15 days. So it comes out July 1st. But part 1, that is such a big component of it though that I think makes it so good because there was a point probably like halfway through the first part of season 4 where I'm like there's a lot of bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
But once everything finally like starts to mesh, it makes so much sense, and it's like I'm so glad that they played out the storylines the way they did because they didn't rush it. They don't rush it at all. Like we were talking about, all the episodes are super super long, and they don't rush it. And I wish that we could talk about it because the last episode is fucking crazy,
insane. Yeah, you guys need to watch it.
All right, I'll check it out.
Again,
all of it.
I'm the type I'm the type of person where I love movies, but like I can sit down and watch pretty much any movie, and I'm like, that was a really good movie. Like I'm not
true.
Yeah, like I'm not overly critical. I mean,
well, that's good.
Well, I will tell somebody. Like, if a movie isn't good, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy watching it.
The only movie I ever remember you coming home and being like, that was bad, was Holmes and Watson with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Dude, I saw that shit.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, neither did I.
Are you sure?
Positive.
It was
somebody. I've
never seen a movie where nothing happens.
And
I was like trying to like laugh. I'm like, come on, give me something. And it was like us like just standing outside and talking. Like that was the movie.
The reason that I'm saying that though is because this to me holds a lot of weight, but other people probably think I'm crazy. I guess I'll see what you say. Like I think the last episode was like the best I've ever seen something like TV or movie like bring something all together that was happening all at different times.
It definitely felt like really fucking cool to see.
Because and again, like this isn't this isn't a spoiler, like because you're right. A lot of Stranger Things is like it's different though because they're not necessarily older as far as time in the show is concerned, but they're older in real life. And they're like a little bit older in the show, and it just seems like they're definitely more adulty. And there is still that like, okay, what do we do now factor to it.
The Mike and 11 sex scene in episode 7.
Yeah, but
Will watches from the bushes.
Dustin is making it obvious.
What do you got all those leaves in your hair?
Yeah.
The worst thing about this new season was the haircuts, and that's all I'll say.
Well, the thing is again though they do a really good job, I think. And again, I guess I wasn't really alive of like playing into the time, right? Like they don't try to
but moonwalk
no, like they don't try to like
you guys
make
like Michael
things,
Jackson.
They don't try to make things look on point but better, like a lot of movies and TV shows do. Like like this is the outfit that they would wear, but they like still make the person look good. Like they'll like fucking
they look like shit.
Dude,
they look like shit,
whatever
dude.
Fucking Millie Bobby Brown, is that her name?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they make
Byron
her look
Brown.
like dog shit. Like the entire.
What do you
like,
mean,
like she looks
just her
fucking.
hair
Dude,
is,
she's
like,
got.
weird.
She looks straight up homeless. Like she. They don't have a lot of money, and like so she's obviously wearing like the. You know how the Will's mom dresses.
Yeah.
In
Joyce.
like. Yeah, she's always wearing like a flannel that she obviously got from like the Salvation Army, and her fucking like they make 11 look like that, but she's supposed to be like a freshman in high school, so you'd think she'd like try to put in some effort, and she just looks like she got hit by at least 3 buses on her way to school every day. But it's perfect for her role. Like,
is it supposed to show how she's not like a normal kid and she doesn't like maybe
yeah,
understand things?
a mix of that and like her being poor, definitely.
Yeah. Like she's poor. Let's make her look shitty.
You want it away from
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I wish we could talk about this so bad. I want to talk about it so bad.
Well,
but it wouldn't even be fun to talk about it if you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
She said that.
So put it on the
I saw an
calendar.
interview with Milbert Robert Brown.
Byron Brown.
Yeah, Byron Brown.
Millie Byron
Byron Brown.
Millie Byron Brown.
Yeah.
And
The Glizzy
Local
Gladiator.
governor.
Byron Brown.
Local governor stars in newest season of Stranger Things.
she
We gotta Photoshop that.
dude, yeah. She said that all the clothes, I think at least the main characters wore, were like actually from the 80s. Like, I don't know how they were preserved. Because, you know, you'd think like, well, maybe that's the problem. But you'd think like, oh, they just recreated these. But I don't know, in an interview, she's like, no, all the clothes we wore were like actually from the 80s that were just like maintained.
I could
They were
smell
taken
those
off
clothes.
of dead bodies.
Yeah, I could
Through the
smell them
screen.
through the screen. But I'm telling you, it was so the last episode, hour 40 minutes. Lock yourself in. I will say too, like there was a few different times where I watched it, and it's creepy enough to the point where like you want to watch it in the dark. Like you don't want to watch it during the day because it's not like when you but it's and some of the kill scenes, like there's this one how I won't spoil it for the people listening, but I'll spoil it for you afterwards. It's just one kill scene that is like a violent ass.
Can you say it but just not say who
well,
gets killed?
you know what? I can kind of say it because part of this comes out in the trailers, like that have been out forever.
Yeah, don't say the character.
Yeah. Well, so you know how, like in the trailers, you see that there's still one like demidog like alive.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Or Demogorgon,
yeah,
whatever it's called,
yeah.
whatever version it is. Like there's still one alive, and so you know they have like no faces. They just have like they're like flowers, but it's all teeth. And there's this one scene where this thing fucking grabs this dude and pins it to the ground and opens its whole like head of flower and completely wraps the head of teeth flower completely around this dude's head. There's no head. And just straight up
Isn't that always the problem?
But doesn't like rip the dude's head off. He shreds the head with his teeth. Like he just shreds it like in a circle, and it's just like squirting blood, and it's like it's a fucked up scene.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
rad.
cool, though.
Yeah, it's very fucking cool.
Yuck. I don't know.
But, like, and they obviously, like,
That's the quote.
no,
Yeah.
and people used to die and they used to kill things on that show, but they never showed anything. Like it
that,
is
no.
way more graphic.
They had to
Yeah.
ramp it up, man.
I mean, yeah, it probably coincides with just the cast getting older too.
Because
they're like, well, these kids like
Right.
probably don't even want to
Also,
do
the
this shit
viewer
anymore.
base too. Is
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot
it's been
older.
how
we
long?
grew up with these guys.
Yeah.
I will say, like, they
Will looks 40.
take
He's
so
like jacked for no
long.
They
reason.
all look super fucking old.
You think he's jacked?
No, he just looks like
Oh,
buff.
stocky,
Like
yeah.
the shirts they make him wear are really little, and it's like you can't have
Yeah.
that haircut and have like a
I
giant
could not
jawline.
disagree with anything more. That kid looks like such a pussy. Like I would beat the fuck.
No,
out
he
of
just
that
looks
kid.
like they're dressing him like a 3-year-old,
Yeah.
and he's obviously like.
Because
Yeah.
they're
That's
poor.
been, no.
You can
yes.
be poor and have some drip a little
It's
bit,
been my-
especially in the '80s. Like,
It's been my
Actually,
problem
maybe
with
not.
that show. Or like one of them. Like I didn't really enjoy the like I liked
Listen,
the other seasons,
here's
but
the
I
thing
didn't.
Wait,
is,
are they all
if
poor?
you guys, yeah, no, Steve's not.
What's the gross income
Oh,
on
yeah.
these families?
Not high. But
We're
oh
gonna
yeah,
break
Steve,
down.
Steve and his sister, they come from
you guys do
wealth,
realize,
Yeah, dude.
you guys do realize that
He's got a
if-
sister.
Does he?
right?
No. Are you
Or
talking
no.
about the
No, the
it
only
was,
reason
it was
Steve's
Billy
involved
and
is
the
because-
girl
redheaded
the
girl,
girl he's
right?
broken, yeah.
I
I think I thought that was his sister, but it's not.
the
It was the '80s, man.
if you guys were
There's no
alive
holds barred.
in this time period, that would be you. You guys realize that, right? Like we're sitting on here talking about your D&D show.
I'm poor.
Yeah, you guys would be so poor.
If you lived in the '80s,
Yeah.
you would be broke as
Yeah.
fuck.
Andrew just said it was the 80s, dude. No holds barred.
It was the '80s,
Which
dude. Shit
is
was just
the name of-
slipping, slopping around. You're just tiptoeing.
No Holds Barred
Yeah.
is the name of a
no
movie.
orifices
of a,
were off limits, eh, Andy?
Jesus Christ.
I just picked a scab and I'm bleeding.
Ah, shit.
But it's
the
all
80s,
Band-Aids.
man.
Do you want,
No
do you want a
Holds Barred.
Band-Aid?
Hell
Yeah.
no.
Wipe it on Andrew.
I'm gonna wipe it on my eyes.
It was
like
the
Florida.
80s. No, it's the early 80s. AIDS isn't a thing yet. We're good.
Yeah, we have a few more years.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, no. What year is it in that? Like 80s?
When
late-
did Police
is it-
Academy 3
Is it
come out?
late 80s?
I think it's
But
late
that's a
80s,
great
yeah.
idea. How to
86?
let's look it up.
Don't they mention
87.
Top
I
Gun?
can tell you literally
No, that was
exactly
Top
what
Gun that
weekend
mentioned
it is.
Top Gun. Too many 80s
I wanna
shits
see
coming
that
out
new
right now.
Top
In the
Gun
new
still.
Top Gun, they look
The
in
new
the
Top
camera.
Gun. Wait, have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, we could've
1986.
went
It was
into that.
1986.
There you go. So just on the
Nice.
precipice of AIDS.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson, you don't have much time.
He was still doing
If I
great.
could go back
Dude,
and
there
do
was
one thing, it
some-
wouldn't be kill Hitler. It'd let Magic know. Don't fuck that chick.
Hey, Magic. Maybe put on a raincoat.
Yeah,
There
wrap
was
it up.
some. There was some, but he wouldn't. Even if you told him, he wouldn't.
He'd
do
be
that
like,
shit. He
"Fuck
wouldn't.
no."
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Showtime, baby.
He's like, I've raw dogged every woman in Inglewood, and we're just seeing what we get.
There was some.
We'll just play this one by ear, man.
I mean, dude, they have a debilitating disease and still averaging a triple double. I mean, you got to hand it to him. Like, but then
Well,
people were afraid to play against him. Like he came back.
Oh
and they're
yeah,
like,
there's
Yeah,
like
nobody
video
was-
of
nobody was
Karl
rolling the
Malone
paint.
where he was like, "Fuck this dude." Like,
dude, he's like, I'm not posting up against
Yeah,
him.
he's-
Like,
was
let him
so-
let him
Karl
get it.
Malone, aggressive
Every
guy.
NBA team had to go out and get another guy with AIDS just to D up.
Yeah, they're like, can we
on Magic.
sign more AIDS dudes
Yeah.
to like cover Magic
So
because then it
funny.
cancels out.
It's so
Like I'll let him
Yeah.
hit the 10-footer. I'm
Every
not trying to
just
beat
a
him.
guy.
every
I-
GM was in their draft room like, who has AIDS?
No.
Does anybody have?
Every GM was in the ICU picking guys.
Oh my god.
No, this is gonna sound bad, but we're in it. So
Yeah, we
just
were
looking for
already in
guys
it.
with legions on their arms. Like,
Yeah, they're like-
can you play point guard?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
This guy's got deep.
You ever play ball,
experience.
son?
You ever play ball?
Hey, if you make it out of here, you want a 10-day?
So,
10 days.
Yeah.
If you make it out of here,
I can
we
get
got
a
a
league
position for
minimum. Yeah. Just not allowed.
league minimum.
yeah, we'll pay you like.
He doesn't
Well,
have
back
any
then-
experience.
Yeah.
Back then it was probably like 300K. Well,
You got to
300K
keep. The problem
to cover
is
Magic
the problem is you have to write up so many 10-day contracts though.
for all these
It's a lot of
leagues.
10 days.
Yeah, because
Well,
you never
because
know.
keep
Once they
dying.
sign their contract, they have the money to live. Everybody knows what the cure for
Oh, yeah.
AIDS is.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
probably
Money.
more expensive than it is now. Like for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Now you can.
I mean now
do it on a budget.
obviously it's relatively inexpensive to get AIDS.
it's cheap
You don't
to
have
get
to pay
AIDS.
that much.
Yeah, it's actually free to get it. For
Yeah,
the most
free.
part.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah.
sometimes. I mean sometimes it's
Right.
not.
PTP, baby, PTP. All right.
Protect the prostitutes.
Yeah, just you guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the Hoover
We're
of the
down.
week.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we did sell apparel for a little bit. I don't think we do anymore. I don't think it's sold very
that
well.
that was limited. That was limited run
Limited
TP
run.
tank tops.
Respect the
People weren't on board.
prostitutes.
Which, by the way, quick plug, we have slides now.
Oh,
Tuna
yeah, we
Cooler
got slides.
slides.
Ooh,
Dude.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, so get those.
we'll get some for Quested as well.
Teespring's
The Quested
popping off.
merch
Quested,
is
yeah.
up
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
shit, we got
website. We
merch.
did a plug up top,
Yeah.
but yeah,
PTO.
we'll get some slides. We'll get some
P-
Quested slides.
P-
What?
Nothing. Who this week's Who of the Week?
Okay.
Tee us up, Andy.
This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Steve from Stranger
I
Things
think his
versus
name's Steve Harrington. But that might not be it.
No,
This-
you're completely right.
Okay.
This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Steve Harrington from Stranger Things versus Steve Martin from Comedy.
From other things.
From
Yeah.
everything
Other
else.
From
things.
everything else. Yeah.
Even Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah. Some weird shit.
From real
Oh, yeah.
wacky things. He was in Little Shop of Horrors. Steve Martin from Little Shop of Horrors. What's like his worst credit? Steve Martin from Bowfinger.
Steve Martin from what's that movie when he has all the kids and he's a football coach?
Cheaper by the dozen.
Cheaper by the
That
dozen.
movie
I
fucking
love that
rules.
fucking
No,
movie.
that's
And the
That
older
movie
sister in that
rips.
movie.
The not Hillary Duff, the one who's like getting married, the
Yeah.
one who's moved out already.
Yeah. Love
she was
that older
yeah,
sister.
she was on. She had a run. She was on a couple shows. She was on some show where she was like blind or something.
They brought her. They were like, "This movie's pretty good, but if we just threw one hot chick in the mix, it might be even
Were
better."
they
That's
all
all-
his
that's
kids?
all
I can't
things.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the whole
So he
thing.
had 12
I like the
kids.
two sons, the two twins.
The twin.
Oh,
the
yeah.
twin
Yeah, those
sons.
are my favorite. Those
That
two are my
movie.
favorite.
That movie rules. Ashton Kutcher also in that movie.
Yeah,
He's
but
in
he's a
that fucking
douchebag in that
movie?
movie. He's
Yeah.
He's
he's
like
a
the
bad
neighbor
guy.
or
in that.
something?
No, he's the chick I'm talking about.
Yeah. He's
Future
Matthew's
husband.
competition.
Yeah.
In
Oh.
that movie.
Ouch.
Shit.
I would
And they put his
fuck out of
underwear
that
in.
sandwich. They dip it in some
In
some
meat.
ground beef.
There's just a
And then they
shot-
make him
there's-
put it back
You
on.
know how when you know how you got every home has just a big pot of ground beef, but
Oh,
when you
yeah.
have 12
You never
kids,
know.
that's probably
That's
not that
the-
far.
And
off.
That's
they
the
dunked
fucking-
his underwear in it. The thing that I never understood about that scene is how do they then get him to put that underwear back on?
Doesn't he?
Well, why was it off?
Well, I think it
He
was.
fell in
I
a
think,
pool, I believe.
I think it was a
Okay.
clean pair of underwear that they stole from a suitcase, and then he like falls in the pool or mud or something, and he has to change.
Oh, okay.
So he puts on new underwear.
Yeah, but
Pre
you you didn't tell like the second you went to put those on, like these feel a little off.
But well, you know what? I think that is that you know when I was writing the movie, my thought I was
Yeah.
trying to really get
The
into the mind of
motivation.
who is this guy, and he's a dumb asshole. So I thought to myself, what would a dumb asshole do?
I guess if
Just
your
put-
body's
yeah.
a little bit wet from water, you slide on some meaty underwear. You might not know. I mean,
Because like meaty
you
enough to the
start
point where the dog wanted these bad, and the dog was
Oh.
not going after the pot of ground beef, only the underwear.
right? Yeah, I would have been like, dude, just fucking look over there.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing, like. The dog was not going like everybody like there was food on the table. Like if
And
the dog
the
is
kids
that
were
aggressive
Dunking the underwear in the
in
meat.
the meat, yeah.
And
But that
the
cooks
dog
off.
wasn't trying to eat that.
Underwear
Cooks off. The
Underwear
children-
cooks off. Underwear cooks off. Is that right? You know what I'm talking about.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Back to the Who Run of the Week. I'll tee us up here because I'll go right away. Steve Martin. That's what I picture him as, like a family man. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that he would do anything for his children.
You gotta see. You gotta look at the '70s Steve Martin's stand-up, who took the nation by storm. The wild and crazy guy, Steve Martin.
Has he always had white
Wild
hair?
and crazy.
Yeah.
There was a brief.
Always had white hair.
There was a brief transition. I saw a picture of him with brown hair, and it was jarring.
Really? Because he has a pretty young face.
I have to imagine he did a lot of cocaine.
I don't know actually.
I would hope.
I don't know.
He was
that
a stand-up
did.
comedian in the
Because-
80s.
well, it was. But he had. He was a super anxious guy. Like he's a very anxious
Probably
guy.
because he did a lot of cocaine.
Maybe.
But
I
it's
don't
not the
know.
only cause
See,
of
that's
anxiety.
something that we should look.
Well, what's
up.
he done for AIDS though?
Yeah.
Because he
That's
lived
a
during
real
that
question.
time.
What did Steve
Yeah,
Harrington?
Everybody
do?
who was alive.
We don't know
during
yet.
the
He
AIDS
contracted
epidemic,
it probably.
Steve
Yeah,
Harrington might be
fucking-
doing something for AIDS in part 2.
Well, here's the thing is,
My research.
okay, so Steve Martin will say he has his crazy and wild side, okay?
Well, it's like.
But at the end of the
there's a very
day,
high
his
energy.
roots, he like if you were to look deep inside of him, if you were to be deep inside of Steve Martin,
oh,
I got so sassy, I hurt my neck.
you would
he's got whiplash. Thinking
you
about
would
it.
see that, you know, I mean, obviously he's funny. He's got his wild side still, but he is deep down a good human,
Yeah.
right? Steve Harrington, everybody assumes he's a douchebag, but not only is he not a douchebag, he cares for people, and he's also a badass while doing so.
His best friend is like 14. right?
No, I think she's his age. Oh,
No,
Dustin.
Dustin. Yeah. But they have but listen, those two have a very cool relationship because Dustin is very mature for his age as far as everything goes.
He was into online dating before anyone.
Yeah.
True.
Well, he was radio dating.
Oh,
yeah.
And they met in person. She was real.
Wait, what is she called? Dusty?
Susie?
Dusty.
Dusty cake or some shit?
Balls.
Yeah.
Dusty Balls.
Dusty Balls.
Oh,
Dusty Hoop.
Oh no, that's what Steve Martin's wife calls him.
Good old Dusty Balls.
Dusty Hoop versus Steve Martin.
Oh yeah, Dusty
Dusty
Hoop.
Bear.
Dusty Bear.
Dusty Bear.
Dusty Bear versus Dusty Balls.
I'm going Steve Harrington. He's with the shit.
I agree.
Those old bones are never gonna keep up.
Yeah, I mean, he did defeat a demon.
Yeah,
pretty much.
he is consistently
Single-handedly.
Dude
No, I'm
is
just kidding.
going
That's so
through the
fucking
fucking
incorrect.
gauntlet.
Well,
for
people
his
assume
friends.
he's going to be a pussy, and he kind of is until, like, everybody else's lives are on the line. Then he's like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to step up and I'm going to murder some shit.
I think that if you're face to face with something like a Demogorgon, which, I mean, you've never seen anything like this in your entire life.
No.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy. The amount of adrenaline that kicks in because of those survival instincts in that particular instance are a lot higher than the ones that would kick in, even if Steve Martin was trying to kill him.
No,
Just the fact that it's a regular guy.
Okay, we pump them both full of adrenaline. We do a fucking needle
Also,
adrenaline
Steve
run.
needle match.
Steve Martin is a very smart dude.
But-
he's a lot
but-
smarter than Steve Harrington.
True.
Well, we're not telling him to sit down and take a fucking chemistry test.
Steve
They're in the
Harrington works at
ring,
Family
bro.
Video,
We're-
and he doesn't even know it's a dying industry yet.
We're pumping them full of Xanax. We're throwing them in like a 4x4 cage, and they're fighting for their life.
With their hands behind their back, mostly a teeth on teeth combat. They can only
Teeth
bite
on
each
teeth
other.
would be
Who's got the better
interesting.
chompers out of
Yeah.
them then?
Oh,
They both have
pretty
strong
solid.
jaws.
I forgot what we were actually doing. I'm just like, as you guys are talking, I'm spouting what I know about each person, and I'm not actually like contributing. I'm just like, Family Video, cheaper by the dozen. I'm not actually. I don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to ride a fence. That's what I've learned. Any topic, I can just be like, I can see your side on that.
Well, sometimes that's important, but not in this game because that does us no
not
good.
this one.
So you have to choose.
I really think Steve Martin would win
No,
this
I
fight.
don't.
I
That's
think he'd be
stupid,
able
but
to
okay.
beat the wheels off of him.
I also think that you're not, as two people who have just watched Stranger Things versus you who has not watched it since season 3 came out. Like you're missing. You're riding way too low on Steve Harrington.
Well, he
brings a lot to the table.
True.
dual match.
He was also on the swim team. He was a co-captain of the swim team.
Steve Martin and Martin Short. Aren't they friends?
Yeah,
Them
they're
against
buddies.
Steve Harrington and Dustin.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Whose partner would whose partner
Dustin
would help?
obviously contributes more.
I think Dustin's a better sidekick. All right, sorry, I'm just divulging.
Yeah,
something.
no.
But Martin Short is a weirdo, and he's got that look.
Dustin is
He's
a
terrible.
fucking
Yeah, he's got-
genius.
Dustin, yeah.
Martin Short is not a genius.
Dustin is the better sidekick. Martin Short looks like he would bite a dude's face.
Yeah.
Dustin would just like
Yeah.
hack
Martin
your
Scorsese.
credit card.
Everybody name him
Credit card.
Martin.
That's how he wins this fight.
Yeah, he just-
His
he just-
fucking phone starts going off
Hey,
notifications.
Steve
from
Martin,
his
guess
bank.
what? You're bankrupt. How are you going to take care of your 12 kids,
Yeah.
loser?
Yeah, he
And
like
then Steve Martin
hurts
just
you
turtles up and
emotionally.
cries because he's, ruined.
I think Steve Martin. can
No,
take
Dustin would have a plan. 100% he would have a plan.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's the guy in the van that's like, okay, now go down the hall to your left, like that type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also, what I will say too is, not that, again, Dustin has nothing to do with this fight, but Dustin is like the one person in that show that like never gets scared.
True.
He's like, yeah, let's just walk,
'Cause
let's
he's
just
seen
do
some
this.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He has seen some shit. You would have been part of Hellfire Club.
What the fuck is that?
You got to watch the series. You got to watch the season.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't like that. I don't know what that is.
Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, sure.
It's their high school D&D club.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, probably. Well, it depends. Depends on who else was in the club.
That I can't touch on that. You have to watch the
Yeah,
show.
got it.
true.
But I'm
It's a
gonna.
mix.
I'm locking in Steve Martin though.
Yeah, okay.
You got a
That's my
Martin?
2 cents.
I'm obviously going Steve Harrington.
At this side of the table
Yeah.
is Harrington leaning.
Yeah. Do your fucking research, Andrew.
Look at my fucking encyclopedias. Sorry.
I think if I'm going on sheer just like I'll fucking rip a dude's flesh off. I feel like Steve Martin. Yeah, I might go with Steve Martin.
Wow.
Although, like starting this conversation, walking through that door, I thought of myself as a Steve Harrington guy. I was like, fuck yeah. I see myself in this man. He's got cool hair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not why. But, like, I was like, you know, he just is a cool dude. But then the more you're talking about Steve Martin, I'm like, that guy's a wackadoodle. And, yeah, he'd probably murder someone just in real life.
Just to feel something.
Yeah, just to feel something. Steve, I feel like, would have some hesitancy. Harrington,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, listen. Not everybody can be right all the time. But we
To
are
each
in
his
this
own.
case. Yeah,
Yeah,
to
this side of the
each his
table.
own. Listen, to each his own, but at the end of the day, we know who wins this fight. Vote on that on Instagram on Friday. Who would win of the week? Steve Harrington from Stranger Things versus Steve Martin from anything you want him to be from.
I just going back to the 7-Eleven. My experience with like a 7-Eleven clerk or whatever was this woman like guessed how Game of Thrones was gonna end to the T.
No shit.
Like the
Really?
season before, like the summer before the last season came out, she was like, "Man, I bet you this is gonna happen." I was like, "Yeah, I guess it could." And then I'm sitting there watching it at my friend's apartment. I'm like, "Holy shit, that lady was so."
Do you think
correct.
that she... We need to find out who that woman was.
I've
There's
never,
two
I never
scenarios.
saw her again.
Yeah.
Working there.
Well,
after that.
there's three scenarios.
Oh, shit.
She was like a spirit. Like she wasn't real. Like she was a figure.
like an Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
scenario.
Or I was gonna
Yep.
say like the janitor from 17 again.
yeah, all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any type of spirit guide.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
your spirit guide.
Why would that be what she? Tells
I don't
me,
know.
though?
Maybe one day we'll find out. Andrew.
Were you buying black and
Maybe I-
milds? Because that might explain it.
God, I used
Another
to love
theory-
buying cigars just to cut them open and roll blunts.
Another theory is that she was a higher up in the world of the show,
Yeah.
and that was her idea, but it wasn't on paper, so somebody else stole it from her, and she complained, and then they completely cut her out and like paid her off a little bit and made her sign an NDA and said, "You can never tell anybody this." But she was so bored with life that she started just throwing out hints at people at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck, I feel like I had a 7-Eleven story.
My 7-Eleven story is one time, just
I feel like we're in a documentary.
A wise sentence a woman behind the counter once said to me is, she asked me how my day was. I said it was shitty just because I think I like quit one of my jobs.
You were having a shitty day.
I was having a shitty day. And then she was just like, "It be like that." And I was like,
It do be like
it
that.
do be
"Shit,
like
it
that.
do." And I walked out of the
Yeah, I
fucking
can chime
store.
in with another 7-Eleven like tale. This one's not a short story. Well, it's a short
fable.
story, but it
A fable.
there was years, probably
7-Eleven
like
fable.
2 full summers of time where I would like, when we were riding our bikes everywhere, and I would be riding my bike home like super, super late at night, like 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and there was a 7-Eleven on my usual route home, and everybody that's ever gone to a 7-Eleven late at night knows they didn't used to sell like taquitos or any of that stuff after like 10 p.m. Like they turn off the rollers, the dogs were away for the night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, a very, very creepy dude, would work the night shift like every night at 7-Eleven, and we would stop there, and he got to the point where he would have taquitos, taco cheese taquitos on the roller, like waiting for us to walk in
Holy shit.
So is that
at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
like a nice thing, or were you kind of like, wow, why is he doing that?
Oh, I was like, this is a little weird, but I wanted taquito. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just taco and cheese
Yeah.
taquitos.
You're like, I'm not
you're
gonna question
fucking eat them.
the
Yeah.
avenue I get these taquitos.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nobody else that can get these taquitos right. Like I was the
Someone
taquito
comes
guy.
in, they're like, I'll take 2. He's like, no, they're for the
Yeah,
kids.
For the kids.
they're for my friends.
That's just
Yeah,
kind of.
he probably did
No,
say
that's
that.
that, but that's like he was probably a really nice guy. But those are the vibes I got from him.
Yeah.
Those are my friends.
Yeah.
and he was much older than I was at the time. Probably.
Yeah, ask for your Facebook.
I used to drive to. God, that's funny. I used to ride my bike like through that little path in the woods and meet my friend at 7-Eleven, and I would get a Canada Dry ginger ale and a Hostess apple pie, and he would get a brisk iced tea, peach iced tea, I think, and we would just go sit behind the dumpster and eat them.
Damn.
Yeah, I hung out behind that dumpster a lot, but like not doing behind dumpster things, like just casually like eating like a bag of like Fritos.
But that just reminds me of like one time our grandpa said to us, we were driving past him, he was like, "Oh, that's where the old quarry used to be. Me and my friends would ride our bikes there and just go swimming."
In the quarry?
Yeah, or whatever it was.
Damn.
The old swimming hole. I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Whatever it was.
Dude, if there's one thing people that were born in like the 40s did, if they found a hole, they were swimming.
Yeah, they
Oh my god, they swam in a lot of holes, man.
I mean, Love Canal. They were just like, oh, let's just jump in this little hole.
Let me find a hole.
There's nothing better than a good swim. You get a line, I get a pole. We'll go swimming at the crawdad hole. It's fishing, but either way.
Yeah.
No, and that's a movie thing too. Like in movies, older like that are set back in
It's
time.
real, like, Stand
every
By
high
Me
school had a
esque.
swimming hole, and like you went to the swimming hole.
Yeah, just no
There
fear
was-
of
we
a
didn't have a
staph
swimming
There was
infection
the
whatsoever.
swimming hole, the dead body place.
Yeah, they'll like want to go see a
And
dead body.
the makeout. There was always a makeout
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
too.
Makeout place.
That was
Oh, yeah.
conveniently
There was-
close enough to the swimming hole, and the dead body place was always in between the two.
Yeah, very
See,
small town America vibe.
We
Like,
don't have that anymore.
Well,
Everything's
we
in
had
one
the Summit
place now.
Park Mall parking lot.
True.
a lot of shit's probably happened.
But
there.
everything that was just one place. Everything
We had
was
the
there,
Summit Park Mall. Do you remember going in that mall when it was closed?
I never got to go in.
I
'cause
never-
I
was
never
I've never
snuck
been in
in
it.
when it was like closed, but I remember going in there when
but
there was
I-
like 3 things. Oh shit! I remember going in
I
there when
really
there was
wanna
like
go in
there was like the food court was open, and there was like a pizza place, and then one
That was Leon's, though. That was
Yeah,
a
it
good
it was
pizza
Leon's.
place.
Yeah, I remember going there. I remember going to like the weird corner where there was a merry-go-round at one point, but then it just was like, it was like a corner of the mall where there was just chairs.
The other crazy thing about
Like
that
no,
mall,
nothing to like.
Yeah.
Like it was just the same chairs and tables from the food court, but just in like a huge open area where there was nothing else.
the craziest part about that mall to me that I bring up
fucking
every
weird.
time I talk about this mall is that there was no lights. It was in the store. The entire mall was
Yeah.
skylit.
What?
So in the
Oh,
winter,
yeah. It
in the
was
winter, the
weird.
mall closed at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And in the summers, it would be open
was-
till like 9.
Well, that's why it fucking closed. Jesus Christ.
was
Yeah, that's
what a
entirely
terrible
skylit.
idea.
From my
model.
memory, I remember being scared of that mall because it was so dark
Yeah.
when I was
Very
little.
poorly.
And
lit.
there was
I
a
do remember it being
I
dark.
do
You
know a
didn't have to
guy
say
that
that.
did go in it when it was closed, and one of the stores like just kind of left some stuff behind, and he found like packs and packs of unopened Pokemon cards still in the store.
Oh
Whoa.
shit! Oh, is it the one dude? I remember going in there, when there wasn't a lot left, and the one dude had a sports card
The
store.
card store.
And that store is actually kind of popping because they'd have like big ass Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments like right in front
I'm
of
sure
it.
that's the
Oh,
store
wow.
it was.
It
Oh, yeah,
probably was,
absolutely.
and you'd have like
No, that store
autograph
ruled.
signings and shit. So that store actually kind of
Oh, that store was
survived
the
a little
best.
bit.
I
Yeah.
remember that place a lot. I went to one of those meetups with Joe Pepitone.
dude.
Oh, shit.
I love Joe Pepitone.
I know. So the guy.
Joey Pepitone.
He was
I know Joey
selling.
Pepitone.
Hey.
He was selling cards to then you can wait in line like, but they were like he made sure they were all like bent. So he'd sell them to you for like $5 or whatever, and then you get it signed. So he didn't want to sell you like a good one and
yeah.
then go get it.
Oh, what a fucking scumbag.
But I am selling my hat too. I lost that hat. But
Damn.
man, that was cool. But they would have people come there like one guy who was like his name was Jeffrey something. He was like an Oompa Loompa
Dahmer.
and like Ewoks and
Dude,
stuff.
yeah.
he
Okay,
was
wait.
there.
Now that you say that, I remember going past that store with my mom because like when we didn't know what to do, we just go walk to Summit Park Mall when there was still some stuff. And I remember going past that card store, and there'd always be like the lowest tier of celebrities that this dude would get. Like it'd be like this guy was like a local, like the local equivalent of WWE that was popular in Buffalo in the '70s. It was like, oh, one of those guys who's like 80 now,
Or like a guy who
uh,
was on one featured in not even featured like an extra on one episode of like some type of
like Star Trek.
not
Oh,
yeah.
Some
There was
sci-fi
definitely
movie.
I remember there was definitely a Star Trek person there that came at one point in
Yeah.
time.
Damn.
He did have like the only like people he got that were like pretty big were like old Bills players that you would know, but like everyone else was like, this guy was a fucking like
And people would come on flocks to see these people.
yeah, like this guy was a stormtrooper.
Maybe we think he says he was, but we couldn't tell because
he
he
has a
helmet on.
legit costume.
Yeah.
He's the one that bumped his head.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. That's what I remember though. It was like always this shitty sign out front, and it was just like an
We
old
had
photo
banners. Yep.
of the person. It's like, and then Thursday night at 5 is fucking Jerry Johnson.
5 to close, depends on how the weather is.
Like this guy played 2 games for the Bisons in 1979. Come see him. And then like the hardcore fans like, I remember him. Like, you fucking threw me a ball when I was 8. Like I don't know.
I saw his first ever RBI.
Yeah, and they're like, how do you know these people?
Yeah.
But yeah,
People
classic.
got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to bring that mall back.
I wish. I love
mean, it's
that.
there,
but
but
we
we
Love
need
that
to
mall.
kickstart it.
Yeah, I worked in that mall.
You did?
Really?
Oh,
So you really
but
know what's
what
going
the
on.
rest of it was still closed by then already,
I worked
right?
in the
You just
Bonton.
went- Yeah, worked.
It was the
Bonton survived for a little bit.
Sears and Save a Lot.
Bonton
it was just
survived
the
for a
3 of
long
us.
time.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Now Bonton as a whole doesn't exist anymore.
Which is
Really?
wild.
Yeah, I got
Yeah. Same as Steve
years
there.
later. I worked there for like 3 months, and years later, a letter showed up at my parents' house, and it was one of those letters like, the Bonton is going out of business, and like there's also like a legal suit against them for people like claiming that they didn't receive like their entire compensation. If you think that like you have a case against the Bonton, like submit your name and you
My
will get
God.
compensation out of this case. And I was like, dude, even if I did, I think the entire time I worked there, I maybe grossed $300. Like, what would they give me? Like a nickel?
I think the
Right.
saddest thing in the world
Buffalo
would be
nickel.
suing the Bonton.
yeah. They're like, we have nothing, but I mean, you can sue us.
The
if you
story
want.
about the end of my Bonton career was great, like so ridiculous. Like the Bonton was very outdated. I was going to play hockey for the weekend in Rochester,
Yeah.
and like not super last minute, but like last minute enough. I found out like 7 or 8 days beforehand, like not enough time to officially submit my requested time off from the Bonton. So I told my manager, I said, listen, like, you know, I have a soccer tournament I have to play in this weekend. Like, I can't work this shift. And she's like, well, no, like you're on the schedule. You have to work that shift. And I was like, I understand that, but I'm like, it's not like I'm going to be sitting at home. Like I'm not even going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here. I'm telling you this. I'm not going to be here. Like you have enough
I'm not
time to
gonna be
figure this out.
around.
Yeah.
And she's like, you better find somebody to cover your shift. So I asked every single person at the Bonton, like, hey, I seriously cannot be here. Can you cover my shift?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, no, I can't. So I
Classic.
told the lady, like, you know, and let's say we're like 4 days out. I'm like, I can't find it. Like, nobody can cover this shift. And she's like, well, like, you have to work it then. And like 3 days out, I told her, I'm like, I'm not gonna be here. Like, I'm trying to tell you this.
Yeah.
And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And then like 2 days, I'm telling her every day, like, I
was gonna say,
yeah.
But what happened 2 days before?
So fast forward to, it was a Friday night shift. So fast forward, I'm in the car with the guys I played hockey with. We're driving to Rochester to play hockey for the weekend. And it's officially time to where, like, I'm supposed to be clocking in at Bonton.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call. And it's this fucking manager. And I don't even remember what she was like outside of this, but this was just one instance. And she was like, where are you? And I was like, I told you that I was not going to be here. Like, I'm on my way to go play hockey in Rochester. Like, I'm not. She's like, well, but you're like, you have to come in and work. I'm like, I can't come in. Like, I don't know how you're still at the point of like figuring out. She's like, well, you realize there's going to be repercussions to this. Like, you can't just not show up to work. I'm like, I told you days in advance that I wasn't going to be there. She's like, well, that's not like you were on the schedule, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. And she's like, well, like, there's going to be serious consequences. I was like,
You're like, I don't give a
I was
fuck.
like,
Yeah, like,
what the
that's
fuck
what I
am I
said.
gonna
I'm like,
do?
if there's going to be serious consequences, then like, I'm just not going to come back. Like, I don't need, the Bonton is not a crucial point in my life right now.
But
Like,
now
I'm
they're out of business,
yeah,
so what the
like,
fuck,
well,
dude?
So I'm like, I'm just
Maybe
not
it
going
was
to
your
show up.
fault.
She's like, well, you'd have to put your 2 weeks in. I was like, apparently I don't, because I'm not at work right now. Like, what do you mean I have to put my 2 weeks in?
You're like, Bonton
And
apparently has no
She's
concept
like,
of time.
She's like,
who
so
gives a
she's
fuck?
like, so that would mean you're quitting then. And I literally said, like,
You're like, I just said that.
I'm like, I said, like, yeah, I guess. Like, if this is how it has to be, like, I just can't be there today. But I guess if we're at this point, like, I guess I'm quitting. And she's like, do you want to reconsider? If you quit, you can never be employed by another Bonton again. Like, we don't do any rehiring. And I was like, no, that's not what's keeping me from quitting.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. I'll eat that. And I never tried, but I still think about to this day, like, I wish I would have attempted to reapply and
That
just to
would've
see
been
what would
fun.
happen.
You
They would have
probably
hired you.
would've
If you went to
gotten
a
it. Yeah,
different
of
one,
course.
they'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You what? They're like, you what? You
Yeah.
had to go to town? Okay, no, we'll
Yeah.
hire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that place was busy all the time with elderly ladies, and
Christmas time,
like the amount of the amount of times I got yelled at about coupons was insane, because Avanton mastered, like they had it mastered. They would give you these coupons, these crazy coupons, like spend $100, get 50 off, spend $200, get $100 off, spend like $250, get like $125 off. Like, so people would be like, oh my God. And Bonton sold everything, right?
Yeah.
And so people would be like, oh my God, this is awesome. And they'd go and they'd come up to the cash register, just cart to the gills, like stuffed with stuff. And I'd scan it all. And every time you saw, like, you'd scan it all, and then they'd hand you the coupon. And, like, it would just lose in your face because you knew it wasn't going to work. And then you'd scan the coupon and it wouldn't work. And you'd be like, I'm sorry, like, this coupon doesn't work. And they'd be like, what do you mean it doesn't work? I'm like, well, there's probably an item out of these 15 items that has this little, like, blue sticker on the back of it that nobody told you, but if you have this, the coupon doesn't apply. And conveniently, 97% of everything in the store would have one of those fucking blue stickers on it, right?
So they got you
and,
in there.
And that was the problem, is not only would they get you in there, but I would have you rung up. Like, I would be sitting here and it would be like, and I would literally sit there sometimes and I would just scan the coupon like this in the person's face. Like, I'd just be like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not sitting, I can't manipulate the system. Like, I scan it, you hear it go, like, I can't do anything. Like, it is what it is.
Right. But then they would probably still fucking scream at you about it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Like, I know we're trying to wrap up, but that was like when I worked at Tim Hortons, and like whenever minimum wage would go up, you know, the prices would go up. So the regulars who like know exactly to the penny what everything costs, they come in and like, you know, like a few days ago I was like, oh, like your large coffee is $2.04. Then when they came back a few days later, it's suddenly $2.07, which was also be news to me because everyone's like, just so you know, like the large coffee or like all the prices went up. Like they would just tell us, you know, when we clock in, I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. And then like they come up to the window, it's like, oh, it's $2.07. I'm like, $2.07? It was $2.04 yesterday. I'm like, right, but now it's $2.07. They're like, well, why? And I'm like, I don't know. Like that's just what it is.
Give Tim a call, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, call Tim and see what he says. Yeah. And then they're
Pete.
just like, I don't know. They would just like freak out on me. They're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Like, I'll go to the falls. It's cheaper over there." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, I don't.
Call Justin Bieber. Complain to him.
Call Beeb.
Yeah. You want some Tim Biebs? What the fuck they're called? Beeb nuts. What are they called?
Bieber balls.
That would have been
Tim
way
Biebs
better.
with extra Beeb nuts, please.
These BBs.
All right. As we wrap it up here, we got to talk about Quested one more time. So, for the people that are listening and listen to the entire start of our show and still have no clue what's going on, Quested is a new to us show that is out now. Your guys' first episode recorded here in the studio came out this
today.
morning. And I know I already said it, but holy fuck. It's awesome. I mean, if you can watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube, because the visual element of it, especially with a game like that, is awesome. And you guys, and I'll even include Andrew in this, although he's kind of a piece of shit and doesn't really do anything. Like, you guys did a really good job of working this out. Like, the process took a while, but I'm glad. And it sounds amazing. You guys are hysterical. Like, the gameplay itself, I mean, when I said earlier, like, I can't wait for the next episode to come out, I'm actively looking forward to it now, right? Because there's a storyline behind it. Check that out. I'll let you guys, you know, plug away as far as your socials, you know, what your guys' schedule is going to be coming up, all that kind of stuff.
Fuck yeah. You want to go first?
You can go first because I feel like there's more information for Quested.
Okay. Follow at Quested Pod on all the socials. On YouTube, it's Quested Podcast. Yeah, I mean, I've got music coming out soon for at Sallow the Boy on all the socials as well. Yeah, Quested's amazing. It's a lot of fun to do. Working hard at it, and we hope you enjoy it. We're happy to be here.
Classic Mikey. So
I kind of feel like Mikey right now.
I'm feeling like Diplo.
Isn't that what we said in the last episode? Yeah, I'm feeling like Mikey today.
God, that was so.
I don't know what.
Everybody's like
so fucking funny.
All of a sudden, everybody's like, "Wait, I kind of feel like Mike." Mikey's like, "I don't feel like myself."
You got to listen to. They did when we were like in the process of bringing you guys onto the network. You did a downtime episode. You have to listen to that. David has one of the funniest lines.
Does it? Can other people listen to it? Or
it's on.
Yeah, it's on stream.
Wherever
it's on
you
everywhere.
wherever you listen to Quested, it's there. We have 2
It's just called the
downtimes.
downtime episode. It'd be the last one.
Those are just
Yeah.
where we like kind of just talk. So those aren't even like game oriented.
Yeah.
Just goofy shit.
But anyways, yeah, my socials. I don't even fucking know what mine are. The Instagram at Nate.Spanish. I think my Twitter's at Nathan_Spanish. I got a project coming out soon, music related, Bizarro.
Mhm.
I don't know when it'll be out, but this summer, soon, hopefully. I'm trying to keep saying soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just decided on the way in here that I'm gonna put a single out called Shimmy soon. It probably will be out, or at least almost out by the time this comes out. It might be out. So
This comes out tomorrow.
Okay, no, it won't be out tomorrow, but it'll be out. I don't know, maybe within like a week or two. So if you follow those said socials, you'll hear when that comes out. And what else? We're playing a show.
Oh fuck!
Should we
Yeah,
mention
I
that?
forgot about that.
We're playing a show at Hot Mama's Canteen. That is not a joke. I know that sounds like something we would say as a joke. That sounds made up, but it's real.
It's for the group chat thing. It's called group
Is
chat.
it?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay. It's
Group
called
chat.
the show's called Group Chat apparently. But we're playing me and Mikey. I think Mark the Aquarius is playing, and that's on Military Road in Buffalo,
Oh, nice.
July 15th. It's a Friday. I think it starts at 7, or no, it starts late.
Maybe it's like 9.
It's like 9 to 3 a.m. It's
Yeah.
fucking-
Follow the socials, you'll find out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
follow the
just
socials.
just fucking follow that shit, and you'll hear all of this eventually. Amen.
Well, I'm excited.
And
I
with your
mean, seriously,
spirit.
I'm excited that you guys are doing the show. I'm excited that you guys are, part of this thing now. And fuck, I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
glad
be
we finally
chaotic.
get to like do something
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
For
I'm
real.
fucking happy
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Been,
A lot of times
long
I
time
let
coming.
Andrew just do shit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, I don't even feel like dealing with it. Just do it. And then I hear it, that like Scheme and Dream, and I listen to it, and I'm like, these dudes are idiots. Right? Ben and Jake,
That's why it's a great
horrible.
show.
Yeah.
Though. It's an
But,
incredible podcast.
from the time that he said that, we were trying to figure something out with you guys, I was on board, regardless of what it was, and to be able to listen to it, like today, what it sounds like with you guys in here,
Yeah,
very, very excited.
make sure that it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, be like, fuck,
Yeah.
I gotta, shit.
You're like, oh, thank God it works. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my god, I took a bath on this one.
Like hiring Emily, like I don't know why anybody thought that was a good idea, but yeah. She's still.
Best
I
decision
can't.
we
I'm
ever
not
made.
allowed to fire her for whatever reason. The legal team advises.
You're the face of the podcast. You're the face of the company. Emily is the backbone.
So why are we paying you?
You shouldn't. I don't know.
Andrew's the CEO.
Next week I'm one in the cooler.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. No, it is what it is.
Oh man, dude.
You're not even gonna replace
Can't
him.
believe that.
No. I might.
Big
I gotta
podcast
call Steve.
break.
We have a
Martin.
couple
Question
different
mark?
people in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. The front of
The
what's the
blogs are
magazine?
heating up.
Spin.
No, the one that's
Ebony.
no,
The
the one that's in every.
Mad.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, guys. Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here.